What if you got like second in your division, 1 point behind who was number 1, and they're gonna still hit you with this question? You're taking out something and then putting in something else and just calling it new. You go maybe 1 point behind whoever the top defenseman is in the league, and then the media's like, well, you didn't complete. We got the new NHL 26 Be a Pro deep dive. Let's check it out.
Which hasn't seen an update like this in some time.
All right, so we got presentation, we got storyline, and we got consequences. So these are, I guess, the 3 major components. They're kind of keep it to the same like outline of how they do things. So this looks kind of cool. We're kind of going to break this down like frame by frame. I'm not really going to show the whole thing and then go back. This looks like sort of like a headline, like sort of like an article almost. And it's like a headline. So that's a bit new. There's like information. I don't know if that's going to be like pre-generated from AI or something. Based on what's happening in the NHL. This looks the exact same though in terms of the celebration. This is new though. This is a locker room celebration with the cup. With Utah Mammoth.
We know you all love some good old pricey pawn.
Yeah, we all like some good old pricey pawn hockey. I like how they actually joke about it when that was actually like a huge complaint from a lot of people. All right, so here we got challenges. Make the team swagger. I don't even know what that means. Part 2. Advance to game 7. Maintain 80 form score. I don't know what that is. And then score 2 goals. So this is new. This is a, you know, you're coming out of the tunnel. So new intro presentation to the games. Is it going to be like how it was old gen, like 09, 10 stuff, where you could actually see like a third-person camera view of your player, or is this going to be like this, where you kind of maybe see your player or not? I'm assuming that's probably the third-person view, if that is the guy, so you kind of see that. But that's not really a new feature. That's kind of a feature that's brought back. Which is still good, right? To see features, you know, when you take them out, I guess, bring them back and call it new. This is new. This is World Juniors, right? So I guess this is the banner if they win gold. So that's a new cutscene.
Hey, congrats on making the roster. This is a huge accomplishment.
Can you get any more monotone Celebrini? There's no way. Is that actually going to be voiced like that?
And story
where it's like the players gonna, is it like AI generated? Because they can literally do that if they wanted to. They can literally make the NHL players just AI generated and just have them say whatever they type. Essentially, they don't even have to get their voices in the studio to like do it. You can really just have it like this.
Hey, congrats on making the roster.
Congrats on making the roster. This is a huge accomplishment. Now just keep working hard so you can stay in the lineup. Good luck this season. I mean, that's not really new. Kind of the same thing, but this is new. I guess is the difference in the responses. So swagger, I don't really know what that is. And then, I mean, I guess swagger, you're just bringing your swag on. I'm here to make my mark and start moving up the lineup. I guess it's, I don't even know if that is swagger, but Brand likes that. Humble, thanks for the support. I'll keep working hard to stay here. This is kind of like no different than if it was like team or star. It's kind of just like presenting it differently slightly.
New World Juniors trophy ceremony sequence.
Okay.
Cinematics of the moment you get drafted.
So an actual cutscene to you getting drafted. Joe Smith, first round, 18th pick. That's going to be new.
In an NHL dressing room, all new tunnel walkouts.
Okay, these are all new things being added.
These new visuals.
That's a new thing there. Oh, this is kind of cool. Like this was basically LA Kings 5 years ago in NHL 21 with Marcus Marcellus winning the cup. Had an awesome rookie year with the LA Kings. This is basically what they did afterwards. We just didn't see it. But it's cool to see it now.
One of the new additions we're really excited about are the new media scrums.
Media scrums. So what do you think about what you got here as a forward? What's your primary skill set? And then it's power forward. I never back down from a battle. Aggressiveness, endurance. I wear down opponents with my tenacity. I don't understand how this would affect you as a player because you're just kind of responding to a question. But I guess your response will have an effect on your actual player, which is kind of weird, but I don't really see that as new. It's no different than, I guess, if the coach... I mean, they did give you questions, and again, it's just a matter of you picked team or star, or like fit in or neutral. It didn't really have an effect on your player like this, I guess. But I guess it's going to be what, more media wear down, I guess, like with them just kind of questioning you
or get grilled.
So at the start of the season, you talked about winning the division. It didn't happen. How do you feel about that? Weakness, we faced tough competition and couldn't capitalize. -10 to your legacy. Because you didn't win the division, you lose on your legacy. That doesn't even make any sense. What if you got like second in your division, 1 point behind who was #1, and they're gonna still hit you with this question, and you're still gonna have a negative effect on your player because you were 1 point shy, 2 points shy from winning the division, and they're still gonna give you that. It's like an all or nothing when it comes to these kinds of like goals for your season, like goals throughout the season, objectives, quests. I don't even know how you want to call them. It was weird. It doesn't make any sense. This is like you're trying to win the division and you got last in your division. That would be this type of like this is like this type of teardown. Weakness and injuries and setbacks affected our performance, and then it's -15 to your health. So apparently by you saying that, you sort of you put that into your mind, and that somehow translated into your body, and then your body felt the effect of the answer, so you got -15 for your health. That's what they're saying.
And every response you give.
So now we got like a bunch of different dialogue options. So, and it goes based off like a certain theme, I guess. So you got confident. Absolutely. This win fires me up, and the NHL is my ultimate goal. +2 for your X Factor points. Team. My teammates have been fantastic. Everybody is contributing. +50 for your team likability. Swagger. I don't know why. That's like half of these are just swagger. You're just putting on your swag, I guess, right? I'm ready to show I'm elite. Watch me outwork everyone and make my mark. That's like almost like you're saying that's like you're just switching that word out for like star. I understand. I'll work hard in the AHL, improve myself. You just lost almost 4K primary score based on that response, and minus almost 300 of your management likability because you want to work hard in the AHL, improve yourself. Explain that. My offensive play has really shown. Shown? What word is that? Shown as in SHOWN, or they just spelled that incorrect? Did they just spell that incorrectly, or what word is that? +2 offensive awareness, +2 puck control. Then you guys can't see this, but oh my god.
We heard the
to me, that feels like poorly input. Like you're just kind of adding responses, and based on your responses, that's going to affect your actual physical performance, or what happens based on that. Like that, you're riding way too deep into the interviews, I feel like.
And we took action.
So storylines.
NHL 26 is a completely reimagined experience.
Okay, so this is like a new hub. It's kind of like, it kind of looks almost like the franchise hub, right? It's just kind of different. So I think it does. I think Hut also has something like similar to this. So we got a different hub. So we're no longer like in the locker room looking over a player. So now you have grudge match. So this is like, I guess, the headlines or whatever they want to show. It looks like they're actually going to show like which games are the grudge match, which we didn't get that before. Or actually, I think we did get it before in 25, if I'm not mistaken. But I kind of played a little bit of 25B Pro just to kind of see. And okay, so they're actually going to show you what games are the grudge match, which makes sense because this is a divisional opponent, LA Kings and Sharks. Grudge match, Jonas Kronwall seeks win versus LA Kings. Now, I wonder if you click onto that, will it actually show like details of like actual articles that reporters are doing, which would be kind of cool. Top headlines, you can kind of see what's going on around the league, I guess, which I think they did have that before. Form score, I don't really understand this. Play next game, sim to end of chapters. So these is, I guess, it's separated by chapters. I don't know really what it is, and maybe they'll give you challenges throughout the chapters of your career. And then here we go with the X factors. This is specialist. This is all like tier one traits, and these aren't all the traits. This seems like whatever they're willing to give you here, I guess. Okay, so this is new here. This is like kind of like the brand management teammate. So that's kind of similar. You're just adding health. So this, I guess, this player's energetic. So I guess based on your responses, maybe you get injured in a game and this brings your health down, or you have to do stuff to kind of keep that up, and that will help you in the game. Click to see how each impact is, or like what the more of a detailed look into each category. Cost 1, I guess that's energy. Management appreciates you. Use energy to enhance this connection and become favored.
Now, your story begins in the semifinals of the World Juniors, where you
story begins in the semifinals of World Juniors.
Performance dictates your NHL draft positioning.
are you still then able to do like the CHL? You know, also play the Memorial Cup? You're taking out something and then putting in something else and just calling it new. You're not really improving or expanding upon the mode at that point prior to the draft. You're just kind of forcing us to then only play, and you're actually playing less games, because I do believe the Memorial Cup you could actually play like 3-4 games maybe, and then I don't know how the CHL, if you could actually play. I don't remember previous years. Could you play a full season in the C and then go and get drafted, or like how does that work? Or is it only like a few games even in the CHL as well? But that would mean that you're taking that out and actually providing us less with just only having us play 2 games in the World Juniors. Because let's say you lost the first game, you would then be playing for bronze, right? And then if you won the first game, you would then be playing for gold. So then you could either get, you know, gold, silver, or bronze based on that. So you would still play a minimum and a maximum of 2 games, and now those 2 games would then basically determine where you land in the draft. So you have less games to then get to the NHL draft. It's that's you're not really expanding the mode. You're just kind of like reskinning it.
From there, immerse yourself in the emotion of the draft and your first NHL game. As you
previous years, I think I played multiple seasons in the CHL before you even got to the draft. So like you could set your age between like I think 14 and 17 if I'm not mistaken. And then if you pick like 15 or something, like 14, 15, you would be then playing multiple seasons in the C. So, and then you could kind of build your player up that way and then go to the draft with a better overall player instead of just going right to the draft. So, if you like chose that route, so you're kind of providing us with even less. You can't even like dictate, you can't even choose your age. You're just kind of narrowing everything down. When I played NHL 18, I played like a total of 5 seasons. I don't remember if I played multiple seasons in the CHL and then got drafted. I believe I may have played either 1 or 2 seasons at least. I was so addicted to NHL 18 be a pro, I think, because to me it just seemed more simpler. Like there was less cutscenes. There wasn't really any cutscenes. It was just kind of like you can just simulate as much as you want. You can kind of do whatever you want. So I kind of like the simplicity of how NHL 18 was for me. And then it kind of seemed like I kind of got bored of NHL 21 rather quickly after that first season.
You dive into your rookie year, the chase for the cup, and if you can pull it off, a Hall of Fame worthy career.
All right, so that was an awards ceremony, right?
The chase for the cup, and if you can pull it off, a Hall of Fame worthy.
I mean, that's cool at least. I don't know, maybe you can give a speech too. Like imagine. So consequences.
The emotion of the pro hockey journey, both the highs and the lows, and that comes through in how you carry yourself off the ice, in front of the media.
Nobody ever does handshakes like that. I guarantee you they never do a handshake. You're telling me in the locker room 2 guys are gonna be handshaking each other? If anything, they're gonna be dabbing up. They don't even know how to.
Off the ice, in front of the media, and in your performances on the ice. Each has consequences, big and small.
What the hell? Move up to line 2. Humble. Failed. Advance to game 8. Why is that failed? Because you didn't move up in time?
To that end, you're
like, how strict is this stuff gonna be? Why is that a fail? I don't want it to be like super strict where it's like, again, an all or nothing type thing. Like if they say, like if you make a promise in your rookie season, I'm gonna be the best NHL defenseman that I can be, or it's like something like that, very broad. You're kind of, you know, trying to be humble with that, and it's like the objective is be the best NHL in, or be the best defenseman in points or something. It's gonna be like a weird, based on that answer, it gives you some weird out-of-pocket goal to go along with that answer. And then if you don't complete that, and by not completing it, meaning you go maybe 1 point behind whoever the top defenseman is in the league, and then the media's like, well, you didn't complete. And it's going to be like, oh, well, you didn't complete your goal for the season. And it's like, well, I'm a rookie defenseman. I almost got the top points of all defensemen. And you wanted that to be, and that's like a negative for me. Like the media all of a sudden bashes you. And it's like, oh, well, shine a show of weakness. Well, you know, I tried as hard as I could. I just couldn't do it. And it's like minus 2,000. Like what? If it's something wild like that, that's not good at all. There were stretches in NHL 21 where I would play winger. And I would get, you know, I would score goals. I'd get the most points. I would get like 3-4 points in the game, and I would still get a minus at the end of the game because I let too many chances up, or try to say my teammates let up too many chances on our end. Like there were maybe 2 goals against, but I scored 4 goals, they would still give you a negative at the game. Well, we're not exactly shutting them down by letting them create a lot of chances. It was something wild like that. I remember back when I was actually playing well. It's like, again, an all or nothing. Like, you could be producing, but they don't look at that. They only look at the goal that you had set based on whatever whoever gave it to you. It was like, if your coach said you need to shut them down, and that took place after you scored 3 goals, and then all of a sudden the other team goes and scores 2 goals on you, all of a sudden that's a negative for you at the end of the game. It's like, why are you holding me up? I'm a winger. You have all these veteran defensemen, all these other defensemen that actually pertain to a lot of the defensive part of the game, and yet you're screaming at a winger, a rookie winger that scored 3 goals in the game. Like, it was something. That is what was wild to me. If that shows up in any capacity because of the challenge that's given to you, that's not good. It's like, what is even going on? What are these conversations? This is not intriguing to me at all, if I'm being dead ass with you. And that's actually coming from somebody who really doesn't necessarily want too many of these storylines. Like, I would rather have just a more of a simplistic look at the game, like simplify it, like not bare bones, bare minimum. Like, give us stuff that allows us to pick a direction that we want to go. Like, drop down to the A, you know, play more seasons in the C before the draft, and do all that kind of stuff that we want, and have us progress and create our own storyline that way. Not, I don't want it to be like super forced and like fixed almost, where it's like everybody gets the same challenge because we're at this certain point of the season, you know, or whatever. I don't want that to happen, because that to me is just, you're just adding on to the more ridiculous, repetitive nonsense that you've already given us. I mean, but that's just me. I don't know how people want the, if people like the storyline stuff, allow them to have it. Like, there should be an option to turn it off completely. If I'm being, it doesn't seem like they're really adding too much. Like, I guess more of the cutscenes, the presentation that's going to be added into it, but I don't know if that's going to make it necessarily a more immersive experience. But I don't know, maybe you guys can let me know. The way I see it, less is more from a certain point of view. Like, I don't mean it in terms of what you're adding to it. Obviously, the less that you add, the worse it's going to be. That doesn't equal more. It just depends on how you sort of implement certain things. You don't want to add too much into one specific area. You kind of want to have it be more of like a broader, improved experience that expands the mode, not make it so like narrow focused on certain things, if that makes sense. So like interviews and things like that to me seems more of a narrow focus on that stuff, and that has a greater impact on your player overall, rather than simplifying the game mode to the point where you can choose your own path and really play how you want to play. So the freedom to play in the CHL multiple seasons, play in the Memorial Cup, or jump straight to the NHL if you want to do that. Like, if you add the World Juniors, you want it to be more expanding upon what is already there. Allow us to skip it if we want, or just apply it within the game mode. Like, allow us to kind of dictate how we want the Be a Pro to go. That's kind of just what I think. And maybe I'm kind of hammering down at the same pointer. But yeah, you guys let me know. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.